and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shrine Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Welcome to Waleska, Georgia, and Ken White Field. We're still about 15 minutes away from our first pitch in this one. Excited to have you along for the ride. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Instead of making you stand by and wait, though, while we await action on our site, we're going to pull up some feeds from around the country. We send you now to Talladega and St. Xavier. We'll also have Macun Johnson on tap. And on the right side of your screen, you'll be able to watch live as these two programs get ready to go. Hang with us on the Southeast Sports Network.
Home is high, but Orzek's able to keep his foot on the plate for a forced out at home. It keeps this game 2-2.
We're halfway. Yes, we have. LSUS defeated Ottawa with no play ball.
Fielder's choice. And the heads-up play from Massengale to go home. Now Jair Cruz. Pitch inside from Parchimenko almost hits Cruz. That one would have been trouble for sure. Two-0. Now 3-0. Have to find the zone here with nowhere to put Cruz. The 3-0 pitch. Strike one. Still a hitter's count here.
At bat. Want to make the most of it.
Fouled off.
One more strike to go. 344 hitter. 8 bombs. 49 batted in. 18 stolen bases for him on the year. And he's hanging on a final pitch here.
The Evangels looking for a date with the Pilots. The 1-2. Popped up. Mendoza drifting into foul ground. And he's not going to get it.
He thought it was going to go.
And Cruz at first. Now it's Isak Guzman. The 0-1 with one out. Going to look the runner back to third. A 1 fouled back into the net. 0-2 pitch from Parchamenko. Out to left field. Moore going back. It's out of here. A grand slam for Talladega. Isaac Guzman. And the Tornadoes celebrate as Guzman touches the plate. Wow! Fireworks here in Lawrenceville. Guzman blasts his fifth home run of the year. None bigger than that right there. And now Talladega a commanding 7-2 lead here in the 7th. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Oropeza grounded into the fielder's choice. Jair Cruz brought home the first of 5 on a bases loaded walk. The Cougars dugout did not like the call. And then in a 2-strike count, Isaac Guzman way out to left field, just clearing the NAIA World Series decorations. And he gives his Tornadoes team a 5-run lead, facing elimination. The Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies await the winner of this one at 7 p.m. tonight. A grand slam facing elimination here in the opening round. What a moment for Isaac Guzman. Still only 1 out here in the 7th. Still a 1-2 count for Fernandez. A high fastball misses. It's a 2-2 count. Parchamenko over 60 pitches. The question is, what's left in the St. Xavier bullpen? They only had to use 2 pitchers yesterday. Strike 3 called. Fernandez down on strikes for out number 2. And it looks like that's gonna be the end for Parchamenko. He was clean through 3 innings. It was a 2-2 game, and the Tornadoes took advantage in the 7th, scoring 5 here before he could get the 3rd out. Parchamenko exits, a valiant effort in relief, kept his team close. Now the question will be, can they battle back? We'll take a break here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Put on a shine, put on motor, built out of love, made for water.
Fans, your attention, please. A new pitcher into the game for the Cougars. Number 22, Garrett Benko.
Have the best voice in the world.
Well, it's a great day, at least from my perspective, for Championship Wednesday. A lot of celebrating
Yes.
going on.
Lots of good baseball to come on a beautiful middle of the week Wednesday.
Welcome to North Georgia and Ken White Field. It's the opening round of the World Series, the battle for the Red Banner in the NAIA. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson here with me. Glad you're along for the ride for what promises to be a barn burner. It's all come down to this for these two sides. It's the Gyrenes of Ave Maria who will serve as the home team as they battle the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. Only one team gets to move on and punch their ticket to Lewiston, and now we'll find out who that is. Lorenzo, this promises to be a barn burner. We've got the starting lineups. All the pundits have done their talking on Twitter, X if you will. We're ready to go. What are your thoughts before we get started between these two sides?
These two teams have done the best job over the course of this week of weathering the storm. I've said it time and time again that the postseason is a war of attrition. You're going to have to weather multiple storms, not just over the course of a season, but over the course of this short week in order to be able to reach your goal. Loyola and Ave Maria have shown the resiliency to be able to fight and overcome adversity. They have absolutely earned the right to fight for a spot in Lewiston.
Ave Maria doesn't just have to win one game, though. The problem for them is they'll have to win twice if they want to go to Lewiston. They would have to win today in this game and then win again tomorrow in an extra game against this Wolfpack side again. Meanwhile, the New Orleans-based team has just one win on the table to punch their ticket to Lewiston, and they're well rested. Ave Maria just slugged it out against Reinhardt University after playing to a program record 14 innings yesterday. All here on SCSN. You can watch the replay. That was a good one as well. Lorenzo, do you think that being tired will affect them?
I mean, that remains to be seen. Again, it is a war of attrition. So these teams have played a lot of baseball over these last few days, and specifically Ave Maria having to play that game yesterday in order to stay alive. That game going 14 innings, correct?
14 innings.
And that game going 14, then having to turn around and have the early game today against Reinhardt. This is going to be their third game in right around 24 hours. And then if they find a way to overcome Loyola today, they'd have to beat them again. Again, it is a war of attrition, but the team that can handle that is going to be the one that wins. We'll see which one handles it better.
Ave Maria will defend first. Cachero will deal from on top of the mound to get us started. Catching is Cabeza. At first is Crawford in the 3 spot. Out at the 4 spot, we're going to get a look at Kelly. In the 5 spot, Coffee. In 6, Kelly again. In left field, we're going to watch Jones play today. In center field, we'll see action from Van Leer. And in right field for Ave Maria, Gonzalez, playing in back-to-back games. Loyola's batting order in the 1 hole, it's Mooney. In the 2 hole, Liggins. Felix in 3, Romero, the center fielder in 4. Manson, first base and 5 spot. Steen, the DH. The catcher Lee in 7. This one is rolled down the right field line. Play over to first in time, but they lost the ball, and so he'll be safe.
And that was going to be a bang-bang play, whether or not he was going to be able to get to that bag before Mooney. Mooney has been very impressive for Loyola over the course of this week, and yet again, getting himself on base. They're going to call that an error on Ave Maria. We saw how costly errors have been already in our few games before this one, so we know that those kind of mistakes can mean all the difference between winning and losing.
Harris will be in the 8 spot and Burrett in the 9 spot, the third baseman for Loyola's Wolfpack. Marsh will pitch. Shows bunt, pulls off.
Hunter Cachero, a All-Sun Conference team member. He had a phenomenal year for Ave Maria this season. And the Gyrenes just happy that they can get themselves to a point where they can put their ace on the mound and feel comfortable. Big spot here for him, the biggest spot of the season.
Bunt rolls across. Glad you're with us. What a beautiful day for baseball. All the weather we fought off this week, and here we are. Sunshiny chance for the Wolfpack to take this. Ave Maria Gyrenes, obviously, trying to spoil their party. The bunt rolls through the infield. Lead runner going to be out to 2 in time, and at first he's cut down, 1 away for the Gyrenes.
And he goes out, but again, as you stated, that lead runner making their way into scoring position. We know how effective Mooney is as a base runner. Getting something in play, a base hit, Mooney can potentially help Loyola strike first.
Cachero rocks and fires with 1 away. That'll go for ball 1. It was really tight on the body. Felix at bat for the Wolfpack of Loyola. Felix fouls off. That's strike 1. Count even 1 with 1 away. Felix fouls off again. Strike 2. Little check-in out at second. He's able to get back in time, just barely. Only one runner on board for the Wolfpack, standing safely at second. This has dealt some heat behind that. It evens our count at 2. Two. Down the line, he's headed down, and this one is loose. What a play by the Wolfpack. That's one way to start.
We're going to have a hit and an error there, but nonetheless, Loyola getting themselves on the board, getting off to a fast start. They started slow in their matchup against Oakland City, a lot faster against Reinhardt yesterday. Seems like they're carrying over that momentum here at the start of this one. Now we're going to get a chance to see Romero now at the plate. Cole Romero, and all SSAC team member, first teamer, along with Brandon Mooney. One of the more important players in this lineup for the Wolfpack.
Chopped, controlled, he lost the ball. And able to get across to first, but the Wolfpack keep it going. Runners on the corners for Loyola New Orleans, who already leads 1-0 in our first.
And that's the third error of the inning for Ave Maria. Now, we talked about being tired because of playing all of these games, but now it seems like it may be more of a mental fatigue that we're seeing from the Gyrenes.
Have the best voice in the world.
Well, it's a great day, at least from my perspective, for Championship Wednesday. A lot of celebrating.
Yeah.
That's a little look at the replay of Maku and Johnson. That one was a 16-4 game last time we checked in.
2-2.
And here's a look at a 7-2 bottom of the 7th game between Talladega and St. Xavier. We go to Kingsport, Tennessee, and join Matt Kibbe. Top of the first between the Bulldogs and the Phoenix. Here's Kibbe.
Socks? No stirrups. Stirrups are a thing of the past now. Now it's just one single sock. Well, two, really, technically. 1-0 from Green. Upstairs makes it.
Thank you, Mr. Matt Kibbe, for the quick check-in. We're ready to continue. Wolfpack already out in front, a 1-0. Little check-in across the field over to first. He's back in time. One away for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria, who are looking for the upset over the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. They finished the regular season as the number 13 team in America. We'll take a look at our final top 10 poll in just a moment. This one is fouled off.
And I really like Ave Maria's coach coming out and having a conversation with his infield and really bringing his team together, having that difficult conversation where, guys, I know that you're tired. I know that we fought so hard and for so long to get to this spot, but I just need you to be able to bring it together for 9 innings today. We'll worry about tomorrow if we can get there, but I just need you to lock in for these 9 innings, and we'll see if that conversation will lead to Ave Maria showing a little bit more focus.
This one is sent, and the little bloop is enough space for the Wolfpack to score a second run. It's 2-0 Loyola New Orleans with runners on the corners again.
And this is the team in Loyola that we saw knock off William Carey in their conference championship game. This is the Loyola team that we saw knock off Reinhardt yesterday in day 2 of the opening round. Loyola's had moments like these all year where they look like one of the best teams in the country, and it does appear that they are putting it all together here in the biggest moments of the season.
Jeremy Kennedy, the head coach of the Wolfpack of Loyola New Orleans. Showed bunt, pulled up, only one away with runners on the corners. On the other side, Pete Horner is the head coach of Ave Maria. First season as interim head coach, named to the role on January 13th. He's in his second season with the program. He joined last year as the pitching coach. Jeremy Kennedy, a graduate of Dallas Baptist in his 6th season with Loyola University New Orleans. Started in 2019, 9th head coach in program history. This one is smoked, are you kidding me? The Wolfpack off, running, circling, they can taste blood in the water. Oh, baby, round the bases and touch them all. Their lead extends 5-0. We're in the first inning.
And are they fired up or what? Look at the emotion. The entire team on their feet. They're jumping around. They're excited. They can feel a trip to Lewiston in the palm of their hands. And they're trying to get everything early on and land a knockout blow in the early stages.
Now batting number 34, Drew Lee.
How do you stop the bleeding?
Well, it's still early. It's so early. It's one inning, not even one complete inning of play yet. So you can't even put yourself in a position where you're thinking, man, this is a large deficit. You just have to continue to play the game. Give yourself a chance, force outs. The onus is going to fall on Hunter Cachero, who's been good all season long, to try to settle his troops down and start to control the game from the mound. But you just stay even-keeled and play ball. That's all you can do.
5-0 Wolfpack of New Orleans. Count even at 1 with 1 away. The bases are cleared after they batted home all 3 on a banger. Holds off. That's strike 2. What an avalanche. This is Lee. Steen is the one who sent everything home a moment ago if you're just joining us. Cachero rocks and fires. This is going to go down the line as well. Steen, free and running. Headed to second. And going to stay there in scoring position for the Wolfpack. They're still only 1 away as they're almost through the batting order. Steen is followed by Harris, who's in the 8-hole.
And I don't think Ave Maria could have had a worse start to the game than what we're seeing right now. Loyola very locked in at the plate, knocking around Ave Maria's ace and Hunter Cachero. Not the way the Gyrenes wanted to begin, but if you're a fan of the Wolfpack, you're starting to taste it too. You're starting to say, hey, we can really make this thing happen. We can really head to Lewiston. Just hold your horses. Great start for the Wolfpack.
Strike 1, cuts through the corner. Cachero still has some firepower in that arm.
And when you've been as effective as he's been from the mound all season long, you understand how to navigate getting yourself in trouble.
0-1, this one is low. It evens our count at 1. Again, 1 away and in scoring position out at 2.
Now what you don't really see is that intangible. What you can't see, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, but it's the moment. The weight of the moment is definitely on the shoulders of every single player out there. So if you're a Cachero, you want to rise above that. You don't want to allow that moment to crush you and make you come up small.
1-2. Big cut 2 away for Cachero and the Gyrenes of Ave Maria.
And for Cachero, you can't reverse what's already happened. There's 5 runs on the board. Okay, that's what it is. All you can do now is try to retire the side and secure that 3rd out before allowing any more damage to occur.
Still in the early stages of this one, so some housekeeping to do. This is delivered with authority for ball 1. Big thank you to all the fans for tuning in all week long. Really proud of the Southeast Sports Network being able to deliver top-level coverage at 2 sites. We've got Matt Kibbe and a crew in Kingsport, Tennessee. Thank you to Visit Kingsport for having SESN on board. Big thank you to Reinhardt University for selecting us yet again and being partners of this for so long. David Finney, all of his support. You yourself, thank you for all of your support and help. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, no, thank you, man. Thank you. It's too early for that. A lot of baseball left to play.
I know. Well, I figured I'd get it out of the way early. We could have a barn burner down the stretch. Big thank you to the site manager for all of his support over the years, Bill Pop.
Reinhardt legend, Bill
Reinhardt
Pop.
legend. Here's a Bill Pop jersey on the fence out there.
For good reason, too.
Jonathan Burton, the incoming AD, he's going to do a great job. Rocks and fires at 2-1. That comes right for me.
There's a net up there, man.
Man, I'm telling you, I got hit like twice at Kingsport. At the conference tournament, I got hit twice. It broke one of these monitors.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. It's more like the situation.
Counts even at 2 with 2 away. Yeah, I'm scarred after that one. 2-2. Watches that go by and fill the count.
Very important full count here. Cachero desperately needs to try to retire the side. Stop the bleeding.
Payoff pitch. Driven. Trouble. Play at first and able to finally retire the side. The Gyrenes will prevent any further damage from the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans. It's 5-0 after the top side of our first.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Five 5-0 after the top side of the first. The Wolfpack stormed through it. And now our first at bat for the Ave Maria Gyrenes will try to get some work going on offense, and they're going to have to do a lot of digging to get out of the hole they're in now. Gyrenes, the 1 spot is Gonzalez, 2 is Kelly, 3 is Jones. In the 4 spot, it's Metzen, 5 is Kelly. Crawford in the 6 hole, Cabeza the 7. Coffey the 8, and Van Leer rounding us out with the 9th. This one fouled off. Go, strike 2.
Going up against the guy in Jesus Gonzalez, who has been arguably the best player here in the Waleska bracket over the course of this week. He absolutely has a case between him and Brandon Mooney from Loyola. But Gonzalez has seemed to come up big and make every major play offensively for his team when they need him to. It's like this would be a big moment if he can do it. He does it. Hey, another big moment. He does it again.
Absolutely smacked. Center field, gone. 1 away for the Wolfpack. Let's take a look at their defensive alignment. On the other side of the ball, pitching is Marsh in the 1 spot. The catcher is Lee. In the 3 spot, we've got Manson, Mooney at second base. At third, it's Barat. In the 6 spot, Harris. In the 7, left field, it's Felix. And center field, Romero, who just made that catch. And Liggins in right field. Dished with some authority. That'll go for ball 1 with 1 away. Roped across, foul.
Tanner Kelly, an all-Sun Conference selection, along with Jesus Gonzalez. Tanner Kelly really helped propel Ave Maria to that big-time victory moments ago against Reinhardt. He was slow starting at the plate this week, but definitely came through for them in their elimination game.
1-1 is sent right outside of the zone for a second ball. Again, 1 away already for the Wolfpack.
I speak about this all the time when you talk about great teams.
Little bloop into the outfield right side, and he's on board at first.
Kelly remains hot for Loyola, for Ave Maria. But I talk about this all the time when you talk about great teams being able to have momentum swings. And the only way that you can really complete a momentum swing is if you go through that next half inning and blank the other team. Now, you have 5 runs scored if you're Loyola. You feel good about that. But you won't feel as good about it if you let Ave Maria score, say, 3 or 4 runs.
Ouch. So that'll advance our lead runner into scoring position at 2. And he will take his rightful place at first. That's Jones.
And all of a sudden, 2 men on base for Ave Maria. And runner in scoring position. Runners in scoring position was how they made their mark in that last game against Reinhardt. They were very effective being able to take advantage of having guys on. Makes this a very dangerous time for Loyola.
This one right side, my goodness, right to first base, gloved, tagged the bag. That'll send a second back to the dugout.
How about the heads-up play from Jones to make his way back to first? How many guys we see just try to go over to second just because they feel, hey, I just got to advance? Jones, very heads-up play there to step back on the bag. Ave Maria still with 2 men on.
That was Magdeach, wasn't it?
Yes.
They've got him listed as Mets in the live stats. Delivered, floated back. This one in center field. Blooper is down, and we've got some movement around the base path as the first will score for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria.
That was Michael Kelly stepping up for Ave Maria. His bad game from yesterday is firmly a thing of the past. He was sensational against Reinhardt, remains on fire for the Gyrenes, helping them get on the board.
What a start. We've already got 6 runs in our first inning. It's an explosion in North Georgia, batting the hatches.
good to see both lineups really coming to play here with everything on the line.
A trip to Lewiston, the end of the season coming for one of these programs in the next 24 hours.
That feels crazy to say. Just the end of the season. It seems like it was just beginning, like it was just February.
It's over for every other team we've had on site this week, and so many around the country who had one of the best seasons in program history. Down to the wire for these two after what has been an incredible year. The Gyrenes can force an extra game tomorrow and play their way to the World Series in the battle for the Red Banner. The Wolfpack can wrap it all up today with a win. It's there for the taking. They lead by 4 runs as the Gyrenes have 2 away. He's in trouble. Loose on the base path, trying to run him down. And what a play. That's incredible. He's able to escape and get to scoring position at 2.
You can see how fired up that Ave Maria dugout is after that play, posting another run. A unique way to score a run, but a run nonetheless.
I can't believe it worked. It worked so well, it fooled me. So a 3-run game in the bottom of the first. We've seen 7 scored in our first inning. Strike 2.
Crawford's someone that has to get going for the Gyrenes.
Controlled. Headed across. He's on board, and another run comes home for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria, who bring us within 2.
And I was just saying, right on cue, that Crawford was someone that had to get going. 2 consecutive games without recording a hit. He definitely takes their offense to the next level when he's able to perform at a high level at the plate. You see him right there. Again, biggest moment of the season, stepping up for his team. And if you thought Ave Maria was just going to lay down in this game against Loyola, you haven't been paying attention to what they've done all season long. They've been getting up off the mat and picking themselves up all year against some of the best of the best. I wouldn't expect this game to be any different.
Marsh delivered strike 1. 0-1. This is low. Count even at 1 with 2 away. This is Cabeza taking his cuts. What a red-hot start at Ken White Field.
8 runs?
8 runs. This one chopping off. Currently on pace to score almost 80 runs combined. Would love to see it.
Whew.
It's a track meet.
That'd be a football game.
1-2. Popped up. This could retire our side. Tracking it well in right field. It's down. And so runners on the corners for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria.
Just a little blooper there from Cabeza. We've already seen the blast from him against Reinhardt with that home run. We see the bloop there in the shallow right field, getting himself on, keeping Ave Maria's bats hot.
Coffee.
Ball 1. Jimmy Coffey.
Coffey was able to record a single in that game against Reinhardt.
Coffey across, controlled to first in time to retire the side. We're on pace to score 100, it feels like, at Ken White Field in North Georgia. 5-3 Wolfpack.
your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back. Ken Whitefield, North Georgia. We are entering the top of the second in an absolute barn burner. Already, I can't believe it. 8 combined runs in the first inning. This one is going to be a shootout, Lorenzo.
It does. It seems like we're on pace for one of those instant classic, just football type of games, like a 21-24 score, something like that. Obviously, I expect the pitching staffs to settle the game down at some point. But it's fun to wonder about, of course, after one.
Welcome to the top of the second. We're back to the top of the batting order for the Wolfpack. It's Mooney who will lead us off. Mooney watches that go by and paints the corner for strike one.
Doesn't this just underscore the crazy offensive showcase that we had in the beginning of this game? The fact that we're already one complete time through Loyola's order, entering the top of the second inning.
He's from Madisonville, Louisiana. The seniors out of Mandeville High School and transferred from LSU Eunice. The infielder, a 1-1. Mooney, a huge cut, suffers strike two.
Another guy that was a first-team all-conference selection. One of the very best players on this team, a leader for this squad that they look to.
And he'll go down swinging. Mooney was all-conference last season as well and started all 56 games.
Not a surprise, someone that you can trust and rely on every single day to come in and make an impact for your team.
Liggins transferred from the University of New Orleans to play for Loyola New Orleans. Also played at St. John's River State College. 123 games at St. John's, 119 hits there, across 400 at-bats. He's a junior, also a Louisiana native. 1-0. With one away, he'll watch that go by and suffer strike one. One fouled off, strike two. Count even at 2. One away already.
Miles Liggins, he's found it a bit of a struggle here in Waleska with finding his swing. Trying to step up here out of that 2 spot for Loyola.
Set across, controlled to 1 in time. He's cut down 2 away already for Ave Maria's Gyrenes.
And this is a lot different than that first inning. Hunter Cachero seems to actually be controlling things on the mound for the Gyrenes. And that's not a surprise to see. He's been so sensational for them all year.
Huge cut for strike one.
Garrett Felix, sensational year for Loyola. Entering today an even batting average of 400. 400 batting average. That means every 10 plate appearances, you're recording hits 4 times. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Loyola boasting one of the more talented lineups in the entire country, 317 batting average as a group.
2 away, the 1-2. Count even at 2. Garrett Felix, the graduate student out of Acandia High School and a transfer from Nicholls State. Caught it! And that will retire the side. The Gyrenes prevent any more damage in the second inning. We'll see what they can do with the bats in just a moment.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back to Ken White Field.
Leading up for the Gyrenes, number 22, Kyle Van Leer.
Let's get back underway. Van Leer will bat first in the bottom side of our second inning in a 2-run game, excuse me. Van Leer nearly gets us started electric fashion. It's 5-3.
Van Leer came up huge for Ave Maria in their game against Reinhardt a few hours ago. Had a single, also an inside the park home run, bases clearing. Inside the park grand slam, rather. It really helped them pull out in front and take a lead that they would not relinquish.
It sounds made up.
It does.
Inside the park grand slam.
It almost doesn't sound real.
Here we go, gets a hold of this, and making his way down to first. The play is in time. One away for the Wolfpack of New Orleans.
Now batting number 23, Jesus Gonzalez.
He's replaced by Jesus, the leadoff hitter. He's been so good over this week. Huge part of the success of the Gyrenes of Ave Maria. And they just need a little more from him. Do you think they can get it?
Again, and you probably haven't heard me say this in a long time, but I'm not a predictor. I'm not a prognosticator. I don't purvey my thoughts on what can happen in the future. But what I can tell you is that Jesus Gonzalez has proven himself to be one of the very best players here. If that is to hold, then Ave Maria should be happy with what he's able to do. Now, if Loyola is able to slow him down, that will be definitely a big blow to the Gyrenes' chances.
Gonzalez is from Puerto Rico. Played prep at Salvador Brau High School. Transferred from Taft in California to play for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria. Gonzalez smokes the 2-2. He'll make his way down to first with a lot of space. Wants to get to scoring position, but decides to stay put on the bag at 1 for the Gyrenes.
And you figured it was only going to be a matter of time for him to establish himself, make his presence felt offensively in this game. Flew out to center field in his first plate appearance,
number 14, Tanner
but so
Kelly.
difficult to get him out 2 times in a row.
Kelly, with 1 away and a man on board at first, fouls off for strike 1. Kelly's out of Illinois. 0-1. No, he'll go across to first.
Just trying to make sure that Gonzalez is comfortable over there at first, not giving him any ideas. We know that Ave Maria is very aggressive when it comes to base running.
Rocks and fires, and this will go for strike 2, just painting the corner.
Perfectly placed pitch there. The offense was fun in that first inning, but you're getting the feeling that the pitchers are starting to take control later.
Marsh puts this through. Remains 0-2. Ball 1.
Tell the Loyola faithful didn't really appreciate that call, making that be heard.
1-2, controlled through the infield, hustling down to first as this one is picked up. Not in time.
And that was an error there by the shortstop Harris. That ball just not able to track inside of his glove.
Now
the 4th error
number
we've
20,
seen between
Dakota
these 2
Jones.
teams already. We're not even through 2 complete innings of work. Yes, physical fatigue, a real thing, something that happens when you continuously do something over and over. But the level of mental stamina that you have to have in order to continue to stay in the fight is probably even more important.
The bunt, fair, hustling down to 1 and not in time. He'll get punched out and sent back to the dugout. 2 away, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria.
Now batting number 38, Kyle Matchkey.
Two away, 2 in scoring position. Marsh steps back and looks. Fires this one through the infield, in trouble. The Gyrenes watch as this is picked up. The run comes home. And now 2. We're deadlocked, 5 runs apiece in our 2nd inning between Ave Maria and the Wolfpack.
And that is the 2nd error of the inning that we've seen from the shortstop Harris. That time he was saying that the base runner kicked the baseball. Umpire disagrees. 2 errors from him,
Now
allowing Ave
batting
Maria
number
to
4,
tie this one
Michael
up.
Kelly.
Tried to take another look at that, not fast enough.
And I'm sure there were questions about Ave Maria's inclusion in this tournament because of that overall record. Again, only being 2 games above 500 entering the tournament. But one of the tougher schedules in the country, and they have proven to be a very game opponent.
Smoked it, it rolls into the outfield. The Gyrenes have 2 on board again. Lead runner in scoring position at 2nd.
3rd consecutive error from Loyola. That time it was the 2nd baseman, Brandon Mooney, unable to retrieve it. With 2 outs on the board, Ave Maria coming up with a rally, but really being aided by a few costly Loyola errors.
So while they meet on top of the mound, we'll take a look around. Firstly, up in Kingsport, Tennessee, where it's deadlocked, 3 runs apiece between the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan and the Phoenix of Cumberland. We're also going to check in with Talladega. See what's going on with LSU Shreveport, the undefeated program. Talladega College and St. Xavier, my goodness, 8-7, one run separating them in the bottom of the 8th. That's wild. Now we head to LSU Shreveport. Just getting started. No scoring yet in the first inning between those two.
Look at that crowd.
That's a crowd.
Now batting number 13, Jordan Crawford.
Crawford's a senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Transfer from Mid-America Christian, who we just checked in on. Ropes this across. He's going to make his way down to first and is cut down by the Wolfpack of New Orleans. 5 runs apiece as we head to the 3rd inning between these two.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Back in Waleska, Georgia, 5 runs apiece between the Wolfpack and Gyrenes of Ave Maria. What has been a barn burner of a game so far. We're just entering the top of the 3rd inning between these two. Really unbelievable. While we wait for this to get started back up, checking in again in Kingsport, where it is 5-3 Cumberland Phoenix in the bottom of the 2nd. They're also in a high-scoring affair.
Wolfpack number 7, Cole Romero.
Romero leading off. Cole's from Lafayette, Louisiana, out of Acadina High School. Transfer out of LSU Eunice. This one rolls through, count even at 1.
So through 2 innings of play, it's now all of a sudden really a new game. It's 5-5, so basically 0-0. We're really going to see both teams kind of settle in here, I would expect. A lot of nerves. Everyone's trying to.
Lasered across, foul, strike 2.
Everyone's trying to make the play that allows their team to advance. But now we're going to start to see them settle in and calm down and get back to just playing baseball. It's a game at the end of the day.
Pull 2. Scoreboard says 2-1, should be 2-2. This is low, that should fill our count.
Yeah, count 3-2.
And they'll walk him.
That was a great disciplined AB there from Romero, not chasing anything. Someone like him who's been as effective as he's been this season does not have the best game before. It can be sometimes easy
Now batting
to
number
go
9,
with the
Landon
method of
Manson.
pressing. That was a good job there by him staying disciplined.
He'll rock and fire. Wolfpack man steps off. Manson, 1 for 1 in this game. He was on fire yesterday. He's been on fire all week long. Very, very impressive performance out of him.
This Loyola lineup, the thing about them, they just have so many different guys that can step up and make an impact. Even past some of their top players, multiple guys who can make something happen.
Ball's loose, so he'll advance into scoring position at second.
And those small mistakes, passed balls, errors, hitting batters with pitches, those are the things that really can lead to a loss. Very small detail, small part of the game, but it all comes together in the end and shows you where you stand.
Fouled off. Count 1-2.
The Wolfpack getting a runner in scoring position. They want to try to capitalize off of this.
Manson's a senior transfer from Nunez Community College, played at Dutchtown High School in Baton Rouge. This one is popped over. And so the Wolfpack have runners on the corners.
Manson stays hot for Loyola, now 2 for 2 on the day.
Now batting number 20, Marcus Steen.
Steen already has a homer that he hit in that first inning. It's another player who's been hot over the course of this week for Loyola. Has hits in both games played.
Showed bunt. Pulled off. Controlled, floated over second, and another run comes home for the Wolfpack as our lead runner scores and gives the advantage back to Loyola New Orleans.
And just stringing together some runs any way that you can, that's what needs to be your primary focus when a game gets to a situation where it's deadlocked. You want to make sure that you are always on top of it. Exactly what Loyola's doing.
Controlled, this one rolls through and across to retire the side. Ave Maria Gyrenes keep it within 1 run as we head to the bottom of this third.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back. Sebastian Cabeza will get us started on this side of the inning. 1 run separating us between the Wolfpack and the Gyrenes.
That newly acquired lead that Loyola got from the top of this inning. And I said it earlier, that momentum swing is only completed if you're able to hold a team down in that next half inning. Loyola able to creep back ahead after Ave Maria tied it up.
And they've never trailed. They were deadlocked for a while, but have yet to trail in this game. Gyrenes have never led. Bottom of the third, 11 combined runs. We started off an explosive first inning. They combined for 8. Three balls quickly, now strike 1. He'll rocket fire the 3-1, which is controlled down the line. The play coming across, and this will put him safely on board at first.
Cabeza continues to remain hot for Ave Maria. We're seeing some players who've been stepping up all week long, stepping up again for their teams in the biggest moments of the year. Cabeza now 2 for 2 on the day.
Now batting number 1, Jimmy Coffey.
Coffey puts that one back. Could be trouble for the Gyrenes. This one coming down. Ave Maria across, and now runners on the corners. Two in scoring position.
2 guys in scoring position. This is where Ave Maria really buttered their bread in that game against Reinhardt. Every time that they got guys in scoring position, they did a good job of not leaving them stranded, bringing in at least one, possibly both.
Not the court TV theme.
Very judgmental, huh?
I love it. So the change on top of the mound for the Wolfpack of Loyola. Want to make sure they're getting it right. They have a chance to close the door and carry on to Lewiston with a site championship in this opening round matchup.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Welcome back, Ken Whitefield. Rocks and fires, and Weil now going to be dishing the rock for the Wolfpack. Matthew is 5'11", a righty from Harvey, Louisiana, out of Thomas Jefferson High School. A senior trusted on top of the mound by this program as this goes for a ball and evens are counted 1.
Not really surprised to see Loyola decide to go with a different look here with so much on the line. Coaches are going to have quick hooks trying to find the right person on the mound to guide their team to victory.
Ball 2. Two one from Weil. Fouled off.
Van Leer grounded out in his last plate appearance. Coming off of a very hot game against the Eagles.
Van Leer drives it across. This one controlled in center field. Tagging up, the Gyrenes come home to deadlock us at 6 runs apiece in the bottom of the 3rd.
And a sacrifice fly there from Van Leer, sacrificing himself to be able to help the Gyrenes bring in another runner. We seem to be well on our way to another classic game.
Couldn't agree more.
Now batting number 23, Jesus Gonzalez.
Gonzalez shoots this one. Play across and in time. Over to first, he's cut down.
Just saw that little game within the game there from the pitcher for Loyola, being able to stare the man from third in the eyes to keep him there and also securing the out for Gonzalez. Matthew Weil very locked in right now for Loyola as Tanner Kelly, a ground ball, the throw is made. Is it in time? Yes, it is in time. What a play.
Deadlock, 6 runs apiece. That is an incredible play to retire the side and send us to the 4th. back at Ken White Field, where it is 6-6. An explosive start to this as we've entered the top of the fourth. Gabriel Schrein, Lorenzo Robinson. Lorenzo, how about this battle so far? A scoring explosion.
Scoring explosion, but we got most of that scoring in the first inning. It does seem like the teams have started to settle in a little bit. The pitchers starting to settle down on the mound. Ave Maria doing a nice job of battling back after Loyola got off to that fast start.
Gyrene rocks and fires, and this rolls through the turf for ball one. Count even at 1.
This is a pinch hitter in the game for Loyola, number 3, Anthony Fernandez from Miami, Florida, formerly of Miami Christian School.
The junior gets a hold of this. It rolls foul. Right-handed infielder, 22 appearances, 19 starts last season. He's a criminology major. Big cut. He'll go down swinging.
And now you're starting to see the Hunter Cachero that Ave Maria had the pleasure of having for most of this season. He gave up that early 5 spot, but since then has done a tremendous job slowing down Loyola, allowing his team to battle their way back into the game.
Quickly paints the corner. Oh, 1. This is sent foul.
You can just feel the vibe here right now at Ken White Field. Very eerie, very tense, both sides on the edge of their seats.
0-2, ball 1. It is tense. It feels really tense. Two very different approaches to this game. Ave Maria trying to force an extra day. The Wolfpack trying to escape with a win that they feel is rightfully theirs. Sent foul. Count remains 1-2. Pulls up. 1 away, count even at 2. Jackson, the sophomore, is from Prairieville, Louisiana, out of Dutchtown High. And he'll go down swinging. 2 away for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria.
And all of a sudden, Cachero, 2 consecutive strikeouts against this Loyola group. Now up to 4 on the game.
Now batting number 24, Brandon Mooney.
Cachero 1-0. Mooney lets that go for a second ball. Mooney suffers strike 1. Just paints the bottom of the zone. Two one. A third ball as that's well outside of the zone. rocks and fires. And he goes down.
We saw Brandon Mooney there. The bat flip, again trying to convince the umpire to call that a walk, but he's telling him to re-enter the batter's box. Hunter Cachero working himself into a full count. This has turned into a tremendous battle.
Going to be a play down at first as he's easily across. And this one gloved in the outfield to retire the side. Gyrene's looking good in a deadlocked matchup. 6 runs apiece as we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. And a fantastic championship match in our Waleska bracket.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Dakota Jones, first at bat on this side. Welcome back to Ken White Field, Waleska, Georgia. 6 runs apiece. What has turned out to be quite the classic as we see strike 1 go.
2 teams with everything on the line, giving it everything they have. I mean, they fought all week to end up in this spot.
Quickly, 2 strikes.
And like I said, I knew that the offensive explosion was fun early on, but it's nice to see the pitchers starting to round into form and take control of this game.
Rocks and fires his first ball.
Jones was huge for Ave Maria in their victory over Oakland City. Helped them keep their season alive on multiple occasions. Timely batting from him.
Count is even at 2. Count full.
Count full all of a sudden. Wild did a nice job getting up early. Now potentially could walk him here.
Got a hold of this. Stays alive.
And a walk is not just a walk like it may be against other teams. Ave Maria, so talented offensively. And when they get runners on base, so far this week, more than likely they're bringing them home. That's just what they've done this year. That's just what they've done this week.
Chopper through, and that's easily in time to cut him down.
That was a heads-up play there by Wild. That's the second time that we've seen him make a play like that. Showing off the leather a little bit from that mound spot.
Number 38, Kyle Majdi.
Majdi has been good. One away in the bottom of this fourth. There's strike one. Delivered across for the strike. Count 1-2, one away. Rocks and fires. This one is sent across. And easily safe at first.
That's Magdic, who stepped up for Ave Maria in their game against Reinhardt. Again, stepping up, getting himself on base.
I love the thumbs up from the dugout.
Speaking of stepping up, Michael Kelly, he has a single already on the board. You can tell the entire team was fired up to see him perform well in that last game.
Caught that. And down to first safely. Rounding the bases. He's got a ton of space and time. And coming home for the Gyrenes of Ave Maria. He'll slide in. Ball's loose. Gyrenes get another run. It's 7-6. They lead for the first time in the bottom of the fourth.
And that was an RBI triple there from Michael Kelly. Continuing to perform well here on NAIA opening round Wednesday. Wednesday's treating him a lot better than Tuesday did.
Now batting number 13, Jordan Crawford.
Count now standing at 1-1. It's Crawford, the first baseman, at the plate. Grounded out twice so far in this game. Hasn't really made his mark yet at the plate. We know what he's capable of. That pitch outside off the plate. So it's actually ball number 3. So the count here is standing at 3-1.
Three-one.
Now batting number 12, Sebastian.
So runners on the corners in the bottom of the fourth.
And Cabeza has the hot hand right now for the Gyrenes. 2 for 2 thus far today, both singles.
Chopper to cross, foul. Delivered, and this will go off. One-run game in the bottom of the fourth.
swing and a miss there from Cabeza for strike number 3 and out number 2. That was very essential there from Wild to get Cabeza out. He was on fire for the Gyrenes. So down goes Cabeza. Coffee, the third baseman, coming up to the plate.
Number 1, Jimmy Coffee.
Coffee was able to record a double in his last plate appearance. 2 outs on the board. Ave Maria still has runners at the corners, a chance to add more to their total. Currently clinging to a 1-run advantage. They cannot feel too happy about that. It cannot feel safe, especially with the way that Loyola performed at the plate in that first inning. You know that they're capable of scoring runs in a hurry, so you want to try to extend your advantage as much as you can. Looking to pad their lead here. Michael Kelly over there creeping from third base. This one smacked over near the barn. Foul ball. Count now 1-2. Wild trying to retire the side. He deals strike number 3 and out number 3. Wild, 2 consecutive strikeouts to retire the side. Gyrenes now ahead. Loyola trying to answer. Ave Maria 7-6.
Cosa de familia no la tienen que escuchar. Lo que poco, lo que apoya, yo soy la mamá. Los secretos solo con quien puedas confiar.
Bag number 33, Miles Liggins.
NAIA opening round coverage here live on SCSN. Lorenzo Robinson here, bringing you some of the best in the country doing battle. The Ave Maria Gyrenes currently ahead, going up against the Loyola Wolfpack by a score of 7-6. Hunter Cachero remains on the mound for the Gyrenes, and things really seem to be getting into a difficult spot for him, especially after that first inning. The way that Loyola came out on fire in this game as Miles Liggins goes too far across the plate for strike 2. Count now 1-2. But it looked like things were in danger for Hunter Cachero after that first inning. You can tell the type of trust that his coaching staff has in him, leaving him out there, and he's found a way to battle back. He's really slowed down this Loyola lineup since that inning, only surrendering 1 run in the next 3. So now at the midpoint in the game, Ave Maria holding on to a lead. Folks, if Ave Maria is able to win this game, they will force a do-or-die elimination matchup against Loyola tomorrow. Hunter Cachero absolutely drilling Liggins. And we saw there some gamesmanship from Liggins, throwing the ball back at Cachero, trying to let him know that he's unbothered by that unfortunate situation. So he'll take the free base. He's now at 1. Felix gets ready to come up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He had a double in his first plate appearance that came in the first inning, part of that major Loyola onslaught that took place in the top of the first. Ground ball, chance for a double play, 6-4, no 3. So 1 man gone, the lead runner is out. Nonetheless, Felix is able to reach by way of a fielder's choice. So still 1 man on for the Wolfpack as Cole Romero now comes up to the plate. Romero's 0 for 1 today, but he's been on base twice for Loyola. He reached by way of an error from the second baseman in his first plate appearance. Then he drew a walk in his second plate appearance. Still trying to find his way at the plate. We know how talented he is. We know what he's capable of doing. He has to try to get something going here for the Wolfpack, especially with 1 man on. Swings at that one and fouls it off behind him. Count now 0-1. Now the Loyola Wolfpack, their road here started with the game against Oakland City. They were down 4 runs to none in the early stages of that game before completely blanking them for the remainder of it, finding a way to get out of it and win it, rallying to win 7-4, and then a 7-6 victory over the host institution, the Reinhardt Eagles, the top seed in this tournament. As Romero fouls this one off right over near the Gyrene dugout. They were able to knock off the top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles yesterday, 7-6, clinching their spot in the opening round championship series. Now, if Loyola wins today, there will be no game tomorrow. The opening round, the Waleska bracket, will be finished with the Wolfpack reigning as champs. Swing and miss from Cole Romero for strike number 3 and out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting number 9, Landon Manson.
Cachero now up to 5 Ks in this ball game. Landon Manson, the first baseman, 2 for 2 today, a pair of singles. Still 1 man on for Loyola. Ave Maria trying to signify a big-time momentum shift that they can hold Loyola at bay in this inning. Loyola had that explosion in the first, but quiet since then. Ave Maria, they've posted runs in each inning so far in this game. As we see this get knocked right towards the shortstop. The throw is made in time, tag made as well. Out number 3 to retire the side. Loyola held scoreless in that half inning. Ave Maria will have a chance to extend it. They're ahead 7-6.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
back to Waleska, Georgia. We got Loyola losing to Ave Marie. Welcome, guys. My name is Matt Luciano. I'm here with Lorenzo and Dash.
Absolutely.
Gabe stepped out.
You're hearing the voice of the man behind the boards, the super producer of this broadcast, stepping on the broadcast for a little bit, having a conversation and watching some baseball. He's been superb over the course of this week.
Feeling great to be here. It truly is beautiful outside today, huh?
It is beautiful, and I wasn't really expecting that after how awful it looked the whole week. It's a blessing, though. Definitely a blessing. The sun's setting right in our faces, so hopefully it kind of gets behind the trees.
For sure, for sure. I was talking to Ave Marie's third base coach earlier. They got thrown out. He was saying it's a solid 95 degrees there every day.
Every day?
Every day. He said they went 3 months without rain, enough for the government to call it a drought.
Yeah, I don't think that's somewhere I would want to, with all due respect, you know, I don't think that's somewhere I'd want to frequent, you know.
Now batting number 23.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the sun, but at some point, you know, we're getting to a situation where I can only get so dark, right?
For sure.
But that was a single hit by Van Leer, him getting himself on the board for the first time in this game after his stellar showing in that game against Reinhardt. And back to the top of the batting order we go with Jesus Gonzalez. And I don't think there's been many players that have played better than him over the course of this week here in Waleska.
No, definitely not. He's been red hot at the plate, been making some great plays, having some great approaches.
It's a ground ball, and we saw there Wild thought about trying to go for the lead runner. Instead, he just takes the one in hand instead of looking at the two in the bush. Gets Gonzalez out at first, but now a man in Van Leer at second.
Now batting number 14, Tanner Kelly.
Tanner Kelly, the shortstop, back at the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. He's reached base twice. He got on base by way of an error earlier in the game. He's grounded out in his last plate appearance. He had a handful of hits in that game against Reinhardt. One of the more important bats in this lineup, someone that they need to be able to play at his best. Ave Maria, they've been consistently excellent offensively all week long, and really the low point for them was that Reinhardt game. The first time they played Reinhardt, scoring 5 runs. They got off to a fast start, but really slowed down. Since then, Ave Maria, double-digit runs in back-to-back games. First in their come-from-behind, back-and-forth 14-inning victory over Oakland City. And then later on, their 11-4 victory over top-seeded Reinhardt. That pitch going to be called the ball. So the count now 2-2.
It's a stressful. It definitely is.
Kelly pops this one up in the shallow right field, and it's going to drop. Tanner Kelly thought about heading to second. He'll stay at first. We will have Van Leer at third. He's safe. Runners at the corners. That's Tanner Kelly's second hit of the ball game. And you can see how this lineup completely changes when Tanner Kelly is able to get going at the plate. That 1-2 punch of Gonzalez and Kelly was so effective for the Gyrenes this season against some of the best competition in the country. We're seeing Tanner Kelly making his mark yet again. Speaking of making a mark, Dakota Jones on his way back up to the plate. It's been quiet for him so far in this game. He's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. 2 consecutive ground outs since then. Weil in a bit of trouble here. That's a strike, so the count knotted up at 1-1. Ave Maria again getting runners on base, and it's something that Loyola does not want, especially with the way that Ave Maria has been playing so far here in Waleska. Seems like almost any time they're able to get guys on base, someone's coming home. They're scoring runs. We see in this game, they had 3 runs and 2 runs in those first 2 innings, but then that 1-run inning here, 1-run inning there, not getting blanked, that just keeps your offense with a nice forward rolling momentum. That's where we've seen Ave Maria over these past few games. And we see here Tanner Kelly making his way to second. 2 runners in scoring position after that strike was thrown from Weil. So 2 runners in scoring position. Definite sack opportunity here if they wanted to take it. We'll see what happens. This one a ground ball hit right to the right side of the infield. No throw is made. 1 run will score. And also, Jones is safe. So a base hit for Jones, an RBI single, another run scoring for the Gyrenes. It is now 8-6 in favor of Ave Maria. Ave Maria just continually showing their offensive firepower, getting contributions from their best players. That's what you need to do. You need your best guys to show up at the biggest moments. That's what the Gyrenes have received here in Waleska. Kyle Majdich at the plate. He got going with a single in his last plate appearance. The Gyrenes, 12 hits and 8 runs already. We're not even through 5 complete innings of baseball yet, folks. As Majdich pops this one up deep in the center field. It's going to be retrieved by Romero, and Kelly is going to score. Another run scoring for the Ave Maria Gyrenes. It is now 9-6 in favor of the 4 seed. And Majdich
now batting number 4, Michael Kelly.
Recording the RBI. Ave Maria, again, getting runners on base has been the biggest thing for them because they find different ways to get those runners to score. They've done it playing small ball, laying down bunts. They've done it with sacrifice grounders, just trying to hit it far and away from home plate to get that guy home from third. They've done it with sac flies. They've done it with homers. Just a very effective offensive approach from them, showing off some versatility as well. Michael Kelly back at the plate for Ave Maria. He was tremendous in the first game. Right now, 2 for 3. Had an RBI triple in his last plate appearance. Counts 2-1. Wild dealing. Popped up into the air and foul. Count knotted up at 2 apiece. There is a runner in scoring position for the Gyrenes. That pitch outside off the plate for ball number 3. A full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A strike retires the side, a ball, and we will play on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The payoff. Kelly rips one right towards the Loyola dugout. So still a 3-2 count, and the situation remains the same. Weil eyeing the runner at second. Inside move here. That's his one free pass. Another one will result in a balk and a free base, moving that runner from second to third. He's paying very close attention to that runner. Now deals. Kelly again fouling it off, staying alive. Weil trying to secure this out. Do not want to allow Ave Maria to cause any more damage. The pitch outside, off the plate. Ball number 4. Kelly now at first. 2 runners on for Ave Maria. 1 runner in scoring position with Crawford, the first baseman, coming up to the plate.
Now batting number 13, Jordan Crawford.
Kelly's on-base percentage in this game, 1,000. He's reached base in all 4 plate appearances. A base hit, a triple, getting on from an error, and now a walk. Jordan Crawford, he was walked in his last plate appearance, grounded out in his 2 others. This a ground ball retrieved by Mooney. The throw is made in time for out number 3 to retire the side. And after 5, the Gyrenes in control. 9-6, Ave Maria.
Favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Number 20, Marcus Steen.
NAIA opening round coverage here in Waleska, Georgia, live on SESN. The Ave Maria Gyrenes firmly out in front against the Loyola Wolfpack, 9-6. Hunter Cachero remains on the mound. Ever since those 5 runs that occurred in the first inning, he's held Loyola to 1 run since, as this one is ripped into left field. That's going to be the DH, Steen, stepping up. He's now 2 for 3 on the day, getting on base with the leadoff single, and all of a sudden, here come the Wolfpack. Now, we know that Loyola's offense, they've done a good job of being able to answer the call in certain situations. Looking back at that Oakland City game, they went down early against the Mighty Oaks, found a way to fight back and get themselves into it. So they're not a team that's just going to lay down when they're losing. And that was part of the point that I made in the open. The resiliency that both squads have shown really shows why they're in this moment right now. Both teams dealt with adversity over the course of this week, found a way to rise above and get to this game. The count is now 1-0. Steen is at first. It's now the catcher, Lee, at the plate. Steen making his way to second. Will he get there? No, he will not. He is thrown out. Tremendous play by Cabeza, throwing it over to the second baseman, Kelly, to record out number 1. So down goes Steen. He's going to make his way back to the dugout. Ave Maria right now clicking on all cylinders, both at the plate and in the field. That pitch a bit high.
Lee will face the 2-1. Got a hold of this, driven perfectly, a little bloop to the left. It's down, and he's free across first, headed out to scoring position at second. Thrown, and this one not in time. He's safe on the bag at 2.
Lee was a Gold Glove recipient this season, so not someone that's entirely known for his bat, but his bat has been working here in Waleska in these games. He's now up to 2 for 3 on the day. Definitely a big help for their offense.
Now batting number 3, Anthony Fernandez.
Fernandez is 0 for 1 in this game. One away already for the Gyrenes, who lead by a trio of runs. This is delivered low for a ball. Fernandez from Miami, Florida, a junior. The infielder will face the 1-0.
Loyola, they've left a few runners stranded since that first inning. They have not been able to connect with runners in scoring position with the same regularity that we've seen Ave Maria do so.
Strike 1. One away, one in scoring position, 2-1. Ball's loose. He is free down to third base. Prime scoring opportunity for the Wolfpack, who trail by 3, 9-6.
And another unforced error, a mistake leading to a free base. We'll see how it comes back to haunt Ave Maria, if it does haunt them. Those are just mistakes you cannot make if you're going to be a team that works its way into Lewiston.
Count is full. Payoff pitch. With one away, he'll be walked, and we'll have runners on the corners.
Now with 2 men on, that means that Surratt, the third baseman, acts as the tying run in this game.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So will they meet on top of the mound? Let's take a look around, Lorenzo. First, we'll go to Kingsport, Tennessee, where the Phoenix and the Bulldogs are in a shootout. It's 11-8 Tennessee Wesleyan, who entered the final poll as the number 10 team in the country, trailing by 3 runs to Cumberland. That one, an absolute battle. We're also going to check in on a couple of other matchups. They're finished between Talladega and St. Xavier. That one was an absolute battle. Let's take a look at Mid-American Christian and Shreveport, which is still underway right now. 5-0. No surprise to see Louisiana, Shreveport leading. They are undefeated in postseason play now. What an unreal season. We'll take a look at the final standings. LSU Shreveport at the end of the year, number 1, undefeated, 47-0. They've kept that streak going into the postseason. Tennessee Wesleyan, number 3 in the nation at the end of the year. Reinhardt, who was eliminated, number 5. And the Wolfpack, who are in danger right now of having to play an extra day, end of the year at number 13. Little check in across over at first. Runners on the corners. Wolfpack trailing by 3 in the top of the 6th inning.
And if you're Loyola, you would love nothing more than to clinch your spot in Lewiston the first chance that you get. You do not want to put yourself in a desperation elimination situation that could potentially spell doom for you, especially with the way that Ave Maria has been performing at the plate as of late.
Little check in across to first again.
And I like the decision to leave Hunter Cachero in the game, just having a conversation with him, allowing him to catch his breath. He's been sensational since giving up those 5 runs in the first. Really slowed down Loyola. He deserves a chance to get himself out of this jam.
2-0 as he cuts through strike 1. Fouled off. Count even at 2 with 1 away. Little check in across to first. Ball directly back to him. Cachero, the count, 2-2. 1 away. And your tying run standing at home plate, taking his cuts. With a count even at 2, he drives this out to second, controlled, roped there, looking for that double play, and they got it. From 4 to 3, they cut him down and send us to the bottom side of the inning in a 3-run game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
I feel you, buddy. Host site action, SESN. We have reached the bottom side of our 6th inning. 9-6, Gyrenes lead the Wolfpack. Gyrenes are trying to force an extra day of play with a win.
Right now, so far, so good for the Gyrenes. Ahead by those 3 runs. It seems like they're just making it happen at the plate. And it's a full team effort, too. Everyone is stepping up and getting a piece of that. 4th seed coming into this tournament. They have a real chance of making it to the World Series.
Leading off for the Gyrenes, number 12, Sebastian
One-run game in the top of the fifth between the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan and the Phoenix. That's also on SCSN. SCSNsports.com/how to watch. Sales by Cabeza for strike one. Pain to the corner. Count even at one. Ball two. Fires this, roped across, picked up, sent across to first, and this is in time to punch him out. One away for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
Now batting number 1, Jimmy Coffey.
But can I shine a light real quick on the Sun Conference and what the Sun Conference has been able to do this postseason?
Sure.
Kaiser, they're in a position now where they're getting ready to play in the NAIA opening round championship in their bracket. Southeastern also reaching the NAIA opening round championship today. How's Weber International doing? Oh, they're just going to the NAIA opening round championship as well. So all 4 Sun Conference teams that made the opening round end up as the final 2 squads in their bracket, showcasing just how strong that league was all year long.
One away.
Coffey did have a double earlier in this game.
2-1 becomes 3-1.
Again, anytime that you allow Ave Maria to get someone on base, he likely makes his way home.
This one is sent across, picked up, sent to first in time. 6-3, goodbye, 2 away.
And how about that play from the third baseman, Surratt, laying out to get it, popping up off the ground and delivering a perfect throw.
Now batting number 22, Kyle Van Leer.
Van Leer rounding out the bottom of the order, 2 away already in front of him. In a 3-run game, the Gyrenes just looking for some cushion.
Just continuing to build and add insurance. That's all that you can do at this point. You're already ahead. You just want to push that lead out even further. You already know that Loyola can get hot. They scored 5 runs in the first inning, for crying out loud. So you know that it's possible. You just want to keep that probability as low as possible.
Wolfpack 2-0, strike one. The 2-1 through the infield and in time to first to retire our side as we're headed to the top of the 7th.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Welcome back to Ken White Field. Delivered for a quick strike. Top of 7, Mooney taking his cuts.
And a new pitcher in the game for Ave Maria, number 2, Brandon Willoughby, the senior from Speedway, Indiana, formerly of Parkland College. I think he may have hit Mooney there, allowing him to advance.
So the Parkland transfer caught Mooney with the ball, and he's on board at first. Liggins will now take his cuts.
Not the way that Mooney likely would have wanted to get on base. He's been pretty quiet at the plate, but that is going to be the second time that he reaches. Miles Liggins, meanwhile, was able to get on after also being hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. But it's been a struggle at the plate for him, to say the least, over the course of this week so far.
Count 2-0.
The depth of these pitching staffs sure to get tested as this game goes on, especially so if we're able to work our way into another game for tomorrow.
Strike 1 as he paints the corner. Two-one becomes 2-2. Count evened up, nobody away yet, and one on board at first. Mooney was hit with a pitch.
And it was 2-0 with Liggins firmly ahead. A nice job there by Willoughby, locking in and recording 2 consecutive strikes.
Liggins. That'll fill our count. Willoughby looking for a payoff. He'll deliver from on top of the mound. Walked. So 2 on board for the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
So maybe this is what Loyola needs to get themselves back into the ball game, trying to build a little bit of momentum, trying to get those bats to start working. So we're going to have a conference on the mound. They're going to have to come from behind if they're going to win it.
Well, they get together and meet. We again check in Kingsport, where they're on a break. We'll come back to Kingsport. Let's see what's going on with Mid-American Christian and Shreveport. Looks like it's 6-0. One more time, we go to Kingsport. Still 11-10 as they're to the top of the 6th.
Now batting number 15.
Tennessee Wesleyan currently trailing right now 11-10. Is that the penultimate game, the last game. I mean, what's the rundown on the bracket? I know it got kind of crazy.
This one rolls through, and rounding the bases, the Wolfpack are coming home to get one back. It's 9-7.
And right there, we see Felix getting his second hit of the ball game, moving to 2 for 4. This one, an RBI single, allowing Brandon Mooney to score. Here come the Wolfpack, never saying die. Both sides so resilient. They're just playing a game of tennis, just volleying back and forth. As soon as one team gets control, the other one finds a way.
This one lasered across for strike one. Romero, who's 0 for 2. He's from Lafayette.
Cole Romero still looking for his first hit of the game. What a time it would be for him to come up with it.
Suffered strike 2. Behind in the count, 1-2. Willoughby rocks and fires, and that'll be his first punch out of the 7th inning and his appearance today. 1 away and 1 K for Willoughby.
That could potentially be a confidence builder for Willoughby, facing off against this Loyola lineup and walking a batter, surrendering a base hit, and putting a run on the board. That can get to you mentally if you're a new pitcher. But maybe that's what Willoughby needs to get himself going.
Manson suffers strike 1. He was heroic yesterday for the Wolfpack against the Reinhardt Eagles.
He has 2 singles on the board already in this game, too. 2 for 3.
With 1 away, the 0-2. Manson lets that go for a ball. One, 2. This one sent through, trying to get on top of it. Ball skeeters and is loose onto the grass. Here they come, and the Wolfpack score another. We're within 1 run. 9-8, Gyrene still in front.
Here they come is correct. Loyola starting to get their offense back moving. It was a while since we've seen their offense really start to take flight. That first inning was a major explosion, but it was really quiet since then. Now picking things back up to pull within 1.
Nine-8 meeting on the mound as they'll take a break to get together.
So a pitching change has been made for Ave Maria. It's going to be number 15, Ryan Young, now on the mound as Willoughby's day is done. Ryan Young, the junior righty from Beaumont, Texas, also of Southwest Tennessee Community College. He enters the game in a major, big-time point of emphasis and inflection for his team. Ave Maria clinging to a 9-8 lead over Loyola. It's going to come down to him and his team to try to slow down the Wolfpack and hold them at bay for the remainder of this shift. And the first man that he will face is going to be Steen, the designated hitter. Steen already 2 for 3 on the day. The one plate appearance that did not result in a base hit from Steen resulted in an RBI. It was a sac fly. 2 men on for the Wolfpack. Young with the pitch and a strike. Count is now 1-1. Ave Maria finds themselves ahead. Again, folks, they have to win today in order to force a game for tomorrow. If Loyola wins, the opening round in the Waleska bracket is over. Steen pops this one up in the center field. It is going to be collected by the Gyrenes. Not only that, they are able to hold Felix at second. Tremendous job for Ave Maria. That was the center fielder for the Gyrenes, Van Leer, making that play.
Now batting number 34, Drew Lee.
So down goes Steen. Now coming up to the plate is Lee, Drew Lee, the catcher. He has 2 doubles in this game, one of them coming in his last plate appearance. He's 2 for 3 overall. And all of a sudden we're seeing Ryan Young start to take control of things on the mound. It kind of got away from the Gyrenes at the beginning of this inning. Young has come in nicely and really steadied the ship for them, helped them get to a more comfortable spot. 2 consecutive strikes thrown by him, now 1 strike away from retiring the side. Young already a strikeout on the board for him. Trying to help Ave Maria escape this shift with the lead. Young deals. The 0-2 is going to be called the ball. And Young, he was walking away from the mound, trying to influence the umpire to make a call that would go for his team and allow them to get back up in the bottom of the 7th. Instead, everyone stays in place. Counts 1-2. Ryan Young eyeing Felix at second. Now eyes back to the plate. Swing and miss for strike number 3. And a throw to first base for good measure. That's going to retire the side. Ave Maria able to hold on to their lead, but Loyola dangerously close. Gyrenes ahead by 1.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a Ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice.
NAIA opening round coverage here from Waleska, Georgia, live on SESN. Ave Maria 9, Loyola 8. 1 run separates these two squads, with Jesus Gonzalez, one of the hotter bats in the entire country, coming back up to the plate. Bottom of the 7th, the Gyrenes now in need of some insurance, especially so because it seems like the Wolfpack are starting to find their footing offensively. This one gets popped up straight into the air, and it's going to be caught by the backstop Lee. And there's that gold glove leather that we saw from Lee all season long, showing it off there yet again. Gonzalez, he's going to go down after popping out.
Now batting number 14, Tanner Kelly.
Tanner Kelly, the other member of that first team All-Sun Conference duo, coming up to the plate. 2 for 4 so far today. Hacks at that one and goes into the net foul. There is a new man on the mound for Loyola, number 28, Caden Durand. Durand making his 19th appearance of the season, 18th in relief, sporting a 4.05 ERA. And he's been somebody that Loyola has been able to turn to in various situations coming out of that bullpen, a very trusted arm in this pitching staff. Right now, his role is going to be regulator as Kelly hits this one towards left field into the corner. Kelly rounding first, headed to second. Tanner Kelly is safe at second base and into scoring position for Ave Maria. And we know how dangerous this can be when facing the Gyrenes, especially with the way that they're playing today. It seems like any man that gets on base, he is always going to find his way home. You may not know how it's going to happen. It could be a bunt, could be a sac fly, could be a base hit down the middle. But either way that you slice it, Ave Maria, they are performing well with runners in scoring position. Dakota Jones, the native of Miramar, Florida, back at the plate. Jones is 1 for 3 so far in this game. His last plate appearance resulted in a single. He's hoping to keep his momentum rolling here. Count is 0-1. This one popped up into the air over the net foul. The sun's setting right now here in Waleska, Georgia. 7:23 p.m. It's been a beautiful day all day long here in Waleska. Definitely blessed after the rather nasty weather we've had over the last 2 days. Durand pitches high for ball number 1. Count now moves to 1-2. Another high pitch, 2-2 count. Even though Ave Maria has been aggressive at the plate, I have been impressed with their approach as a whole. Not really taking too many uncalculated risks. They're doing a really nice job of being patient. But a swing and a miss here for strike number 3. sends Dakota Jones back to the dugout. 2 outs now on the board here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Majdeech back at the plate. His last 2 plate appearances, base hit for a single, sacrifice fly leading to a run scored. Tanner Kelly is at second. Majdeech hits that one right off the catcher's headgear. Drew Lee is gonna try to shake that one off. We see him just taking a little stroll and buying himself a little bit of time. We may have an equipment malfunction here. So we're gonna see what's going on, and once we get that figured out, we will return. We're gonna take a break here. Gyrene's ahead, 9-8.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Duran dealing, Majdeech hit into the infield. The throw is easily made in time for out number 3. Down goes Majdeech. That retires the side. Ave Maria not able to extend their advantage, so Loyola will return to the plate, trailing by only a single run.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
A little check-in with Kingsport, Tennessee. Looking good at Hunter Wright Stadium. 11-10 there. What a barn burner that is. 9-8 here. Ave Maria Gyrene's out in front. We'll see what's going on with LSU Shreveport. This guy loves Cotton Eye Joe. That's a live feed on the right side of your screen. 6-0 Shreveport out in front.
Leading up for the Wolfpack, number 3, Anthony Fernandez.
Fernandez steps off. Top of the 8th. Welcome. That's ball 1. Strike 1, count even at 1. Got a hold of it. Driven across. Headed down to first, and this is in time, one away.
So now all of a sudden, Loyola, their backs are against the wall. Time running out. They're running out of chances to
now batting number 10,
tie this game up and
Jackson
extend it, maybe even take the lead. They're down to their final 5 outs potentially.
Bunt goes foul. Rolling into the backstop.
Hasn't been a day to remember for Barrett. 0 for 3 so far. Grounded out in his first plate appearance, struck out in his second before grounding into a double play in his third. It would be a huge time for him to come up with something at the plate and give his Loyola team a lift.
Ball 2.
You know, the great thing about those one-run games, that one run can come from anywhere. It can come in any form or fashion.
Driven to the left wall. This one is controlled 2 away.
So Surratt moves to 0 for 4 on the day. But Loyola right where they want to be, having a chance to return to the top of their lineup, wanting to see if Mooney can spark a 2-out rally, especially with the way that he's been playing this week. He's trying to get himself over the hump in this game. It just has not worked out for him. 0 for 4 thus far.
Across. Over to first in time to retire the side. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Gyrenes leading by a run in Waleska.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Welcome back. Waleska, Georgia. Eating a piece of cookie. Gabriel Fry, Lorenzo Robinson. We know you're jealous of our piece of cookie. Glad you're with us.
Yeah, if anyone wants to send food to the booth, you're more than welcome.
Man, some food. You know, every time I ask for food, it actually shows up here. I've asked for Chick-fil-A before. I've seen them. They've been like, "Oh, there's Chick-fil-A," and I'm like, "Man, I wish some Chick-fil-A would show up." And they bring it. Do we want to do that? I don't want to do that.
What do you want to ask for now then? It seems to me like you have the golden touch with that.
It would be nice if some Chick-fil-A showed up in the press box. It's kind of late in the day and game though.
When there's a will, there's a way. Hey, when there's breath, there's life.
Stop it.
It's real.
Stop it. Bottom side of the 8th, Gyrenes leading by a run over the Wolfpack of Loyola, New Orleans.
Literally have real in your name, you know? Just spelled a different way.
I can't handle this.
Gabe
I'm not ready for this.
Gabe Real.
It's getting a little late in the day. This is delivered and choppered, floating. Gyrene is in trouble. Controlled by the Wolfpack of Loyola.
And that was Michael Kelly flying out to center field, but He's been on fire in this game. Already has 2 hits. He was 2 for 3 entering that plate appearance. That brings up the first baseman, Crawford. Ave Maria trying to put themselves in a position to get some insurance. Having a 1-run lead going into the ninth can't be a place where they ideally want to be, especially against a talented lineup like Loyola. Pitch high for ball number 2.
Two one. That's low. Nearly catches turf, a 3rd ball.
And again, we know how important it is for Ave Maria's offense just to get a guy on. They've been so good with runners on base.
Floated. The Gyrene is in trouble. Center field controlled. Great play by the Wolfpack, who keep it rolling. 2 away now as Romero gets under that as well.
That's exactly what you want if you're Caden Duran, being able to retire those first 2 batters in short order. Not really deep into the count as well, so you feel like you've put your best foot forward. You just have to secure 1 more out to give your team a chance.
Cabeza, he's in trouble. This one is going to go foul, and he'll be okay.
Cabeza started the game hot, had singles in his first 2 plate appearances, but he's been cold since, getting struck out and grounding out in his last 2.
These bugs are about to carry us away. Count even at 1, 2 away. That's big. It's on the air. I don't like that. There's a lot of bugs going on right now. 1-1 delivered for a 2nd ball.
Welcome to Waleska when it gets warm, man.
I mean, at least it's not just us trying to describe it. You can see it. Out of hold of this, fouls off. Count even at 2.
Cabeza's played strong at the plate all day long. Trying to keep the inning alive for Ave Maria.
Ouch.
Drew Lee starting to take a little bit of a beating back there at that backstop spot. Him or his headgear, one or the other.
Tight on the body, and this one is going to send him down the base path.
Yeah, that one clipped him right on that leg. He will take that free base, and thankfully it wasn't more of a flush pitch that could have maybe done some damage.
Now batting number 1, Jimmy Coffey.
Joseph Ferry enters the game as a pinch runner.
With 2 away and the man on board at first, Ferry is going to try to steal second. Sliding in, and the Wolfpack make the play to retire the side and send us to the top of the 9th inning in North Georgia.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. We're dancing.
That cha-cha slide, man. That cha-cha slide.
We're doing the cha-cha slide.
Gets
The
the crowd
Gyrenes are trying to close this out.
I'm doing it in the booth right now. No one can see it, but I'm doing it in the booth.
You're doing a nice job. I'm impressed. I can't dance. My leg is messed up.
Oh, everybody can do the cha-cha slide, though. You just got to follow directions.
Have you seen my leg?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's not good. Well, you have a bad leg. How are you? Never mind.
A lot of work, man.
A ball. 3 outs to play with for the Wolfpack. If they can win, they're headed to Lewiston.
So it's going to be Liggins, Felix, and Romero due up for them.
Liggins in trouble. This one is going to sail and pinball off of the top of the storage building.
Liggins has yet to make his mark at the plate in this game. He struggled at points throughout this opening round tournament at the plate so far, trying to get himself on potentially and bring up the go-ahead run as Loyola's trying to clinch their ticket today.
Strike two.
Ryan Young remains on the mound. He made quick work of Loyola's lineup yesterday. Not yesterday. That's pardon me. He made quick work of their lineup in the last inning. Not yesterday.
1-2. Flown. Right field. Controlled by the Gyrenes, one away. They are looking to force an extra day tomorrow and their chance to punch a ticket to Lewiston.
Yeah, and that was likely the best contact that we've seen Liggins make over the course of this entire tournament. That was a very well-hit ball by him. Unfortunately for him and his team, it only had warning track power.
Felix watches that go for a ball with one away.
Felix has 2 hits in this game. He had a double in the first inning. His last plate appearance resulted in a single, 2 for 4 overall. Ave Maria. This resilient bunch, they never say die.
Strike one. Count 2-1.
Task for Ave Maria entering today was to win game 1 and get themselves into game 2.
And he flies out immediately, 2 away. The Gyrenes are 1 out away from forcing an extra game tomorrow.
And yes, the task entering today was to win game 1 and force game 2. They are halfway home to that. They won game 1 over the top seed. Now in a game against number 2. Trying to secure out number 3 to force a winner-take-all matchup. Romero doesn't have a base hit in this game. He got on base by way of an error in the first inning, but he's been quiet so far. This would be a time for him to make some noise for his team.
2 away, count is 2-0. Strike one. 2-1. Strike two. Count even at 2. Romero 0 for 3 on the day. The Wolfpack trailing by a run.
Trailing by a run and down to their last strike, trying to force their way to Lewiston.
Fouled off. He keeps the Wolfpack alive. If they can win this game, they are headed to Lewiston in the battle for the Red Banner. If they lose, we'll play an extra game tomorrow. The count is full.
Can you ask for anything better than this? A full count. On the line is a trip to Lewiston. Ave Maria trying to stay alive and live to fight another day.
With 2 away, the payoff pitch. This one just rolls off the barrel of the bat. Romero keeps the Wolfpack alive.
And you can see the wheels turning for Romero as that pitch came up to him. I don't think he was initially going to swing at that until he felt it entering the zone. Great job of him just getting some wood on it to stay alive.
Payoff pitch again, and he goes down swinging. 9-8 your final. The Gyrenes have forced an extra game, and their chance to go to Lewiston, their dreams are alive and boil into tomorrow.
Their dreams are alive and well, knocking off the 2 top seeds in the NAIA opening rounds Waleska bracket. They now will have that winner-take-all game against Loyola. Should be a ton of fun tomorrow.
Lorenzo, really exciting matchup today. Your closing thoughts on this one, what the win means to the Gyrenes, and what to expect tomorrow.
Well, the win means that Ave Maria validated everyone in the committee that voted for them to make the NAIA opening round. Yes, they were 27-25, but they are clearly one of the best teams in the country. They're showing it off here with a chance to punch their ticket to Lewiston tomorrow.
Fantastic. Lorenzo, thank you for being with me. 9-8 our final. The victory goes to the Gyrenes of Ave Maria in emphatic fashion. Thank everyone for tuning in and being with us all day long. Our crew, for the Wolfpack, the Gyrenes, and all the fans, I'm Gabriel Schrei. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network and Tri Media. 9-8 your final as the Gyrenes take the win from Ken Whitefield.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a Ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
We are champions of character.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in.